Hello, Friday. Goodbye, January. How are you all doing, my friends? It's Gord, your hurtin' hippie. On this beautiful Friday morning, it is 1 degree. Feels like -2. It feels nice. It feels quiet. It's a day off of school for my son. He's at home with his mom, and that almost rhymes sometimes. I'm bad at that. But it's a positive, wonderful day. First of all, best sleep I've had all month of January. It's leaving like a lion. I slept beautifully. I slept right till almost 8 o'clock, which is very unusual for me, with almost no IBS troubles. Almost. It is almost headache free, and probably will be. The month that took me down, January of 2020, is leaving, and I feel good. Pasha had a good report card yesterday. Him and I had a beautiful talk yesterday evening, and I don't know, growing pains, changes in life, and everything else. Things seem to be on the upswing. Today I may even leave my little puppy at home for a while because she also seems to be doing better, and go and get myself new shoes for walking because spring's coming and I need a lot more walking, and there's no sole left on my shoes. I do a lot of walking. I average about 6,000 steps a day, which is around 3.5, maybe 4 kilometers, depends on the size of the steps. And I'm a little guy, so I take little steps. This has been my month of the air fryer. I have done so many things, and just recently, oh, look at that, egg bites. The kind of thing you get at Starbucks, but so much cheaper, so much more flavorful. I honestly have not tasted one yet because I made them twice, and I made them once for Gordy and once for Pasha. They both loved them, but I made them during my fasting period. I only eat at night, and then by the time I actually got around to making them for myself at night, I wasn't very hungry anymore. Just had really big plate of spaghetti. So this is a potpourri, my friends, today. I've got so much to do, and I want to bring you guys a lot. I just got Huckleberry Soda Purple from Cannadis Finest, the purplish purple plant I've ever seen, and it, I think, might be responsible for that good sleep last night. Because wow, I slept nicely. It took me a while to get into it, but I slept nicely. A full update on Cookie, and then a little story as to why I don't trust veterinarians, although I like the one that I normally deal with. Cookie this morning, like the last 3 or 4 mornings, has woken up sneezing. The last 3 mornings she woke up sneezing, a blood clot came out of her nose, and then her nose would bleed again. This morning, no blood came out. No blood during the night either. Last night I was a little worried because she had a bad sneezing attack, a really bad one, and then it started bleeding like 3 days ago. So I did call the vet, and they told me that I'm doing the right thing. She isn't overly bleeding, so she isn't losing blood. She's shown no signs of being lethargic. She seems happy and playful. She's just got a bad cold. And there's a sore in her nose, and a sore in our own nose takes sometimes weeks to go away. Imagine inside the crevices of a dog's nose with all the tissue they have. So he told me to just relax, and she had a wonderful night, and the morning, she woke up this morning and sneezed like crazy, but nothing came out. I cringe every time she sneezes, because not only do I have to clean up, but when your little baby, and yes, dogs are our little babies, when your little baby is bleeding, it hurts your heart. It hurts your heart. You know, and the story. When I first moved into this place, Cookie had been a dog that you could just leave in the house and go for a walk, or even go for a couple hours, and you come back and she meets you at the door and she's happy as could be. Never ever had to tie her up, never had to worry about any of that. So never even thought of it. We got here, she had never been in a different house, didn't know about the house, was a little nervous inside, always running around trying to, and once in a while, you know, there was a few areas she'd get up too high and then jump down, and you could hear it would hurt her. Anyways, we had a party at my daughter's house, so we left. We came back about 6 o'clock, around supper time, and she was hiding in a corner and had somehow maybe hurt her back, or maybe just scared the hell out of herself. I think it was more than that, though. She was in pain. She wasn't moving, she wouldn't walk, she wouldn't go anywhere. We wrapped her up and took her to the closest vet to us that we had never been to. And you know, we're sitting there, and I got tears. And my little boy, who that was 2.5 years ago, so he was 9, just turned 9, and he was crying. And we get in to see the lady, and she checks her paws and just feels around the back, and then asks if she's on any medicine. And I says, just CBD, one milligram a day, very low dose. And she's, oh, really? I says, why? She says, what? CBD can cause neurological problems, and that could be exactly what this dog is having. Right in front of my son, she says this, that what I'm doing for the dog could be causing what is making my son cry. And I said, really, sorry to ask, but how much training have you had in CBD and or THC for canines or any animals? She says, actually, I haven't taken any training, but I've read you've read a little bit. You can find anything on the internet. Read it on the internet? Well, yeah. Okay, you see? Don't say that. And then she goes, well, sir, we're dealing with a back on a dog. Well, you just told me the brain. Well, let's assume it's the back. Let's assume you're right and it's not the CBD. We would need to take x-rays, which would cost over $800. But really, if you want to get down to it, an MRI would be better. It's about $2,000. All this, and I'm sitting there saying, what? And she's playing on she says, I know it's a lot of money, but look at your son. Look how sad he is. That's his friend. And I said, don't do that to me. You already upset me with the CBD. I think we've had enough here. I think, can I ask you to just give my dog something for the pain, and we'll see how she is tomorrow. I made that decision. She gave me some morphine for the dog. We took her home. We gave her the morphine. And she slept the night through, and the next day was walking a little bit, and by the day after was jumping, and by the day after that was sitting pretty. And I never went to that doctor again. How dare they play on us? It's like taking your kid to the doctor and then the doctor saying, well, you know, we should really do a whole bunch of tests on them. After all, it's your kid. He just had a toothache. Yeah, come on. Now, you do know what time it is. I got a couple of neat ones today. In 1995, strange 7-foot circular patterns were discovered on the ocean's floor. Called the crop circles of the sea, these mysterious patterns went unanswered until early 2011, when it was discovered that 5-inch long male pufferfish were the culprits. After studying the animals, scientists discovered that the meticulous creation and upkeep of these circle patterns by the pufferfish serve as an attraction for the opposite sex, as well as a nest for the female pufferfish eggs. The things we learn about these animals. That's cool. And next, in the bioengineering department of the University of Illinois, I actually stood in front of that university once, researchers have created small biobots, partly out of synthetic gel and partly out of muscle cell, that can move on their own, whilst only a small scientific step. This is the building blocks for nanotechnology, tiny devices that could exist within the human body, freely detecting illness and administering medication. I do think that is our future. We will be a very healthy animal that lives a couple hundred years. Bring it along, because I ain't ready to go, my friends. I ain't ready to go. Peace and cheers, love and harmony. Catch you on that other side. Peace.